and it was really hard to eat. So when I did eat, the baby's making me do it, okay? I can't help myself if my baby's tired. But anyways, yeah, that was what was up with my appetite. When I did eat, I would just binge eat. Like I would eat like 2-3 burgers at a time. So yeah, that's that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be going over my first trimester of pregnancy. Yes, I'm pregnant. I'm sure it was pretty obvious, but it took me a while to be ready to say it out loud and post it on the internet. But yeah, I am 30 weeks pregnant this week, and I'm going to be going over the next couple of weeks, the first and second trimester, and then I'm going to cover weeks 30 up until birth. So I have all of my memories written down from my first trimester, and I'm going to try to go over it in order as much as possible. So I'm going to be talking about things from craving symptoms to what to expect from the doctor, etc., 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 and things that like caught me off guard or that I wasn't expecting to go through, especially when going to the doctor, or just pregnancy experiences in general. So I'm going through weeks 5 through 14. So I found out when I was about 6 weeks. 5-6 weeks, and it was around Thanksgiving last year, and it wasn't planned, so I don't really know how I felt about it, but I wasn't like upset. I just know I wasn't upset and distraught about it, but I was like because it was so early on. I feel like when you are pregnant, I guess it depends on the person and what you expect from the pregnancy, but when you are pregnant and you're that early on, it's kind of hard, at least for me it was, to be really excited about it, just because miscarriages are a lot more common than people think. And I know people don't like to think about, oh, that could happen, and I only want to think positive, but it's a lot more common than people talk about, and a lot of miscarriages happens before like 10 weeks, within 5 to 6 weeks before the egg implants, or as the egg implants, it might not take. So that early on, I didn't really know how I felt about it. I just wanted to wait and see what would happen and what my body would do. But I mean, I don't know. I sound so pessimistic. Like, it's just like, I don't know, when you're not expecting something, it kind of just stays there like, like, you really don't know how to feel about it. I was just shocked. Like, I did have some symptoms before I knew. My fiance claims that he knew before I knew, but I was having like nosebleeds before, and I was really stuffed up. Couldn't eat or drink certain things, but that was just about it. Nothing too unusual. From time to time, I feel like that's normal. Like, people can't eat or drink certain things. And I took like, after I found out, I took like 6 pregnancy tests every week because I just couldn't believe I was pregnant. I was like, am I still pregnant? Am I still pregnant? It took like one from Thanksgiving all the way to like January. I kept taking tests. So around the time I found out, I was just getting insurance, and I got an HMO, and I didn't know how sucky HMOs were, and insurance is really important. So because I was having problems like getting insurance and trying to see a doctor, I really didn't wind up seeing a doctor until I was almost 4 months pregnant anyway. So I was about close to, no, I don't think 4 months. I think closer to 3 months. Yeah, I was closer to like at the end of 3 months. I didn't see a doctor until then, and everything was fine. I feel like people feel like you need to see a doctor right away, and that's not necessarily true. I feel like finding out that early sucks though. Like, sure, you want to be prepared. You might be like, oh, I don't want to drink or smoke or blah blah blah. it's late. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I feel like people want to find out early just so they don't drink or smoke or whatever. But I mean, they don't really do anything. They just check the heartbeat, get some pee, and take a blood sample, and then you leave. Ask if you're okay. Some people get an ultrasound, and I think it just depends on your insurance. My insurance, I just don't think is that good, and I have an HMO. So I wish if I would have known, if I had some insight, an inkling that I was going to get pregnant, I would have gotten a PPO. But I don't really go to a doctor, and people my age, you don't go to a doctor maybe once a year for a pap smear or something like that. You really don't need a PPO unless you have like more outstanding health problems, because the HMO covers your basic needs of any emergencies, prescriptions, etc. But yeah, it was just a lot of unexpected things with getting insurance, and it took forever to get insurance. And when you have an HMO, it's really hard to find a doctor, especially a doctor close by. And I don't really like the hospital that I'm going to now. And I finally have a secondary insurance, like the state can offer you insurance if you're pregnant. So oh my god, Jesus. So take a look at that. This is so messed up. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Oh my god, why? But yeah, I think that was like one of the biggest issues I had early on, was like just trying to get insurance, and it was stressing me out because what if something was wrong and I couldn't see a doctor right away? But a lot of people just tell me, every time I was on the phone with somebody trying to see a doctor, they would just say, if you're not bleeding, you're fine. And I did have some spotting, and that was normal. I didn't really have anything like too concerning, just like regular spotting. It was light, lasted about almost 5 days to a week, if that. And yeah, so doctors were telling me if I don't have any severe cramping, if I don't have any spotting, then I don't have anything to worry about. I know, it's not very helpful. I mean, you want to be excited and, I don't know, optimistic about these things. And I just feel like the experiences I had with doctors, they just weren't giving me that. Like, it was just like, okay, you're pregnant. Like, this is my first pregnancy, first kid, everything. They just took the excitement away from me. Like, I don't know. It just didn't feel special like you thought it would. As special as you thought it would. I don't know, like when you see movies and TV shows and all these other people vlogging with their doctors make them feel all special and happy, and you feel excited for them because they're sharing these experiences. And I really don't think I had that, and I don't know, it kind of took away the fun about being pregnant early on, and it gave me anxiety, to be honest. Symptoms I had all throughout my first trimester was my appetite was on and off. Like a lot of times I couldn't eat. I think I gained like 8 pounds in my first trimester, which I don't really, like some days I care about weight, but after a certain point you really don't care about weight anymore. As long as you're just watching what you eat and you exercise, I mean, don't concern yourself with weight, because it's gonna work itself out in the end if you're taking care of yourself. But yeah, my appetite was up and down. I was nauseous most of the time. I didn't really get any morning sickness. I never threw up, but I was nauseous. Like, I would be nauseous all day, and it was really hard to eat. So when I did eat, the baby's making me do it, okay? I can't help myself if my baby's tired. But anyways, yeah, that was what was up with my appetite. When I did eat, I would just binge eat. Like, I would eat like 2-3 burgers at a time. So yeah, that's that. And then my breast did swell up like right away. Like right after, I think like a couple weeks after I found out, my breast just said boom. It got big, they got huge. They were like, look at them. No, I'm just kidding. They were super big and they were super sensitive. I didn't want them like to be touched, and I didn't think they were gonna get bigger, and they did. as the weeks went on, they definitely got bigger. And then like increased breathing. They say you have increased breathing, not difficulty breathing in the first trimester, and you just notice it more because you're getting winded easily, and then like your heart's beating faster, you're increasing in, like your blood volume is increasing, so you feel that more. So I definitely felt that. Now I just have no room to breathe. And then I had acne. I just felt so ugly my first trimester. I was so like just unhappy. Like, oh my god. I thought I was gonna be like, oh, my hair's like super long and luxurious and beautiful, and I'm gonna have this perfect skin and teeth are gonna be all extra bright and just, I don't know, I thought I was gonna have that huge pregnancy glow, and I didn't. I had acne, my hair was shedding, I had extreme like fatigue, I was super tired all the time. Like after work I would pretty much just come home and go to sleep. Literally I would just eat whatever I could, and then I would come home and just go to sleep, and that was it, and wake up and do it all again the next day. And I did that for literally the first like 14 weeks. Like I would just wake up, go to work, come home, eat, go to sleep. Like I would black out. Like I've never been that tired, ever. You get like the best sleep. Like I said, I got spotting. I had anxiety attacks for about a month after I found out, just because I don't know, I was so nervous. But I had anxiety attacks in my sleep, because I do this thing where I suppress things, you know, just like, it's just a thing that I do, like suppress stuff. But anyways, I had like anxiety attacks like every night in my sleep for about a month. It was pretty bad. I wake up sweating, anxious, couldn't breathe. I was nervous. It was just a lot. I would have to drink some juice or something to calm me down. I thought I was becoming diabetic or something because I was so shaky. I would just, I don't know, I'd be dripping sweat out. It was just awful. And then I had round ligament pains, and I didn't see round ligament pains as a positive. I was kind of worried when I wasn't feeling round ligament pains, but it's just like your uterus expanding, and it just feels like minor cramps. It's nothing too painful, but I had that a lot. And I think towards the end of the first trimester is when the round ligament pains got stronger. But that's to be expected, because at that point you're about to start showing, so you should expect like some pains here and there, and some people don't feel it at all. And then during the first trimester I got the cold and the flu, which was absolutely awful. Oh my god, I had to take a week off of work, and I get paid by the hour, so that effing sucked. That sucked so much. But I was just in the bed sweating, and I didn't really go to the hospital until my temperature got to be like 102, and I didn't want to get any higher, and it wasn't going down. So I went to the hospital, and lo and behold, when I went there, like my temperature went down. But she had already told me, the doctor told me, that I did have the flu. I was coming off a cold, and I did have the flu. And she tested me for the flu, and I thought it was so stupid because I had the flu. And there was nothing they could do about it because I had already had the flu for a few days. And the thing is I got the flu before I got the flu shot. So the thing with the flu shot is, a lot of people don't know this, it takes time to kick in. So if you've been exposed to the flu, and a lot of people are, because we go to work sick and we're around children that are sick, we aren't really, taking care of ourselves like we're supposed to. We're told to work even though we're sick and have a cold and stuff like that, and we're shocked when we get sick. But the flu shot takes a while to work. That's why they want you to get it early on in like October, November. So, or even before that, so when it peaks, less people have it. But the flu spreads. I caught it from somebody, and I got it before I got my shot. So by the time before my shot could kick in, the virus was already starting to come up. So as the weeks went on, I just slowly felt my body going like down, and I thought it was because I was pregnant until like the symptoms really hit me, and I was like having hot and cold flashes. I couldn't eat. I was sweating and nauseous the whole time. It was awful. and she stuck like this thing up my nose to test me for the flu, and she was like, oh, we can't really do anything because it's been like 5 days already and you're about to be over the flu. I was like, well, if I'm about to be over the flu, why did you test me if my temperature dropped and everything? I should have said no. That's my fault. I should have put my foot down on that one, because that was stupid. I was mad. Like, she had to put this thing all the way up here, up my nose, on both sides, and you have to be a big girl. Can't be a kid about it and cry. But I really wanted to push her when she put it up my nose, and it was so hard not to. But yeah, that sucked. And then I did keep it a secret up until like week 14. I just wanted to be sure, but it was really starting to be obvious, like I was already showing. Like I showed very early on, and I already have a short torso, and my stomach was relatively small. It wasn't like the flattest thing ever, but my stomach was relatively small, and I already had a short torso, so I was really starting to show. And my mom was getting on my nerves. She kept bugging me about it and asking me about it. I'm 23, and I like to tell people when I'm ready. I don't like people to force things out of me, because then it makes me resent people about it. It's really irritating. So the first ultrasound I got at 13 weeks, and it was okay. I mean, it just confirms that there's something inside of you. Like, during the first trimester, you just feel like symptoms. I mean, it's still hard to think that you're pregnant. Even now, it's kind of hard to believe. It's like this surreal dream that you're living in. And like, I don't know. The ultrasound was cute. You're like, oh, look at the baby, and it's like moving around. It's all ugly. It looks like an alien. You get to see the arms and the legs, and it's special, you know. I'm not over dramatic about anything or over emotional. Some people, they like cry when they get their first ultrasound, or it just depends on where you are in life and how long you've been waiting to have kids. But I just thought it was sweet. It was a cute moment. I felt happy. It makes you feel relieved when you see it, just to know it's okay and you can hear the heartbeat. And no, we knew early on that we did not want to know the gender. So it's going to be called it or baby or whatever. Sorry if that makes some of you mad. And then, yeah, for the first doctor's appointment, I got that before the ultrasound, I think. No, I got that around the same time as my ultrasound, just because they wanted to confirm everything was okay. It was okay. She just asked me how I was doing, and we listened to the heartbeat. And I peed in a cup and gave a blood sample, and that was it. It was very lackluster. I was upset because I missed like 3 hours of work for that. I was like, I could have did this at home and mailed it to you or something. I don't know, because when you go to a doctor's office, especially if you don't have the greatest doctor's office, you wait there for like 30 minutes. You get there, your appointment's at 8. You're not seen till like 8:25, 8:30. Then you gotta wait in the room for 5 to 10 minutes. They weigh you first, check your heart rate, your blood pressure. They weigh you, and then you sit down in the room for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And then you listen to the baby's heartbeat, and she asks you how you're doing. And that's it. That early on, it's like they really don't want to think too far ahead, just in case something else could happen. But I mean, like I said, the doctors I had didn't really make me feel too excited about it. I was just like, is this pregnancy gonna make it? Like how they were acting like, you could still miscarry. I mean, they were nice and all about it, but like I said, it was very lackluster for me, and everybody's experience is different. Okay, and exercise. That's the last thing I want to talk about. So for exercise, I really didn't exercise pretty much ever the first trimester, just because I forgot what I was gonna say. Just because like I couldn't breathe. I had a really hard time breathing. I would get dizzy when I did try to do it. I almost fainted. I almost fell off the treadmill just trying to walk on the treadmill, and I wasn't even walking fast. And I started to get cramping and stuff, and it was just really uncomfortable for me, everything that I tried. So I just waited until the second trimester, and that's when working out got a little bit easier for me. So I wouldn't say you should work out, it's good for you, but don't stress it if you can't work out. A lot of people, they can't work out throughout their pregnancy, and it's really not that big a deal. Just like watch what you're eating and stuff like that, and do some very light walking. Me, I don't know, I just tried to watch what I was eating. But yeah, I really didn't want to work out. I was too worried anyway to work out while I was pregnant. I don't know why, but I was. But yeah, I didn't do too much of that, and I was just afraid, like, working out. I pretty much work out by myself. I didn't want to risk like any health or like safety injuries because I'm by myself and I fainted, and then, you know, I didn't want any extra hospital bills either. So yeah, so from the first trimester to like from 5 weeks to 14 weeks, the baby starts out as like the small little grain, and then it turns into like, I don't know, the size of an apple or something like that, and it's like 3 to 4 inches long. It's almost fully developed, weighs about 2 ounces. I don't think you could tell yet if it's a boy or a girl. I think you can around that time. Some people you can't, so don't be surprised if you can't tell if it's a boy or a girl. We didn't care because we didn't want to know, me and my fiance. But yeah, that was what my first trimester was like. Like I said, it was okay. Like, I wasn't as excited about it as I feel like a lot of people are during their first trimester. I definitely feel like as your pregnancy goes on further along, you get a little bit more excited about it because you become more for sure and secure, and you can feel the baby move and stuff like that. But I'll talk about that in my second trimester update because, like I said, I am 30 weeks, so I'm already in my third trimester. So a lot does happen. I feel like the most stuff happens in the second trimester. The first trimester is okay, but I feel like the third, and I just sound stupid. So yeah, okay, let me get back to it. Sorry if this video is rushed, but it's late and I wanted to hurry up and get it up. I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not, but I just decided to get it up there anyway. But this is the first trimester update. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I'm gonna try to insert, I didn't really want to take pictures early on pregnant, I'm pretty sure, for obvious reasons. I didn't really start taking pictures until later on in my pregnancy, but I think I have a couple pictures of me being around 12 to 13 weeks pregnant, and I'm going to insert them somewhere in this video so you guys can see, maybe in the beginning, maybe in the end. I really don't care. I know some people wait till the end to show their stomachs. Like, I really don't care, but yeah. Other than that, stay tuned. The second trimester video is going to be coming up soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your time. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, leave a comment down below. I'll try to respond as soon as I can. What did I say? Oh my god, I don't know what I just said. What did I say? What did I just say? If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the like, give it a thumbs up, hit the bell for notifications, and leave a comment down below. Thank you. I'm not really going to edit this video, so all of that's gonna get left in there. But yeah, bye.